Hey, everybody. Grabbing my coffee, and let's hope everybody pops in. It's been about a week since I've been on. I had a wedding this past weekend that I went to. It was in Barry's Bay. I'll show a video of just the lake and stuff I did while I was there. Um, Black fly and mosquito bites. Everybody got them. Actually, my husband and my daughter, my youngest daughter, who usually don't get bit by mosquitoes, got a bunch of black fly bites all around his like temple and his neck. I got it on my ankles and my calves, a couple of them. All I can say is thank goodness we didn't get on our faces the day of the wedding because I was in the bridal party as one of the bridesmaids, and I just didn't want bites on my face because that would just not be good for pictures. But everything turned out well. There was lots of rain on and off on Friday and on Saturday. Like literally 2 hours before the ceremony, it had like a torrential rain just downpour, and then it stopped. It was sunny, and literally the moment that she was stepping out of the building, because it was a lakeside beach wedding, everybody got on their phones a tornado warning. So she's like, "Is this a sign?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a sign that you're ready to uh, show the world what is up there." But no tornado came. Like no high winds, no change in the storm, like clouds and coming in or anything. It was still sunny for like a good couple of hours afterwards. Because after the ceremony, we all went inside into the resort building, like it was a log house type resort building, and we had dinner. So we were able to have the ceremony. Hey, Amanda. Have a ceremony out in the sun by the lakeside, and all the pictures done afterwards because they're like, okay, now we want the bride and all the bridesmaids and all the junior bridesmaids, which were either her kids or her one of her bridesmaids' kids that were the junior bridesmaids and stuff like that. So it was all kind of cute. My best friend, she got remarried. So my best friend, she has 3 kids from a previous marriage, and he has 2 kids from a previous marriage. They've been together about 4 years now, three or 4 years. Yeah, about 4 years now, and then they have a kid together who just turned 2, and yeah, I guess it's about 4 years. So she decided that she wanted to have a summer wedding, and she planned this wedding 2 months ago. Just because the initial plan was because her mom is really sick, like with Crohn's and some other autoimmune diseases that, if she was going to get married, it was going to be like now type thing. But unfortunately, her mom was not able to come because the mother would not been able to drive the distance from Saskatchewan to Ontario, which was in total 44 hours round trip. And was her doctor did about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago gave her she wasn't able to fly, so she was too sick to do that. But her dad was able to come down, so one of her parents was there, so that was good. Um, they had a few family members from his side of the family that had come down, but his parents weren't able to come because he's from Newfoundland and his parents are fishermen, and they are on the boats right now, so they can't like do that. But um, they will come down after fishing season is done. But they kind of want to do it now versus later on because in August and that her kids go see the dad, like it's a divorce, so go see their dad for like a month. So if you want all the kids to be in the wedding, it had to be kind of now or wait till next year, and she just didn't want to wait anymore. So It was, 2 months of planning, and it worked out fine, and it was very laid back. It was kind of, the theme was country slash beach wedding. So half the ladies wore country cowboy boots and half of them wore sandals. I wore sandals because I don't like country boots. Um, and the boys had black jeans and blue and orange plaid shirts. The husband wore a bright orange dress shirt, and she wore a white dress with cowboy boots. And all the bridesmaids had navy blue dresses, and then the junior bridesmaids, like, so the kids had like coral orange dresses because that was the colors of her wedding. So it was very cute. Hey Steve, how's it going? You have your coffee? So the wedding was on Saturday, so we had to go down there Friday night. It was about 2 and a bit hours away. So we went with friends who were also going to the wedding in their car. So they took two cars, and we all kind of fit in there. Stay there. The plan was to come back Sunday. That was the plan. But the people we drove with, their daughter is like best friends with my best friend's sons. Like they basically grew up together because she was their daycare provider. And wanted to stay another day because really on Saturday they didn't get to play because they had to be all dressed in their good clothes. And then there was the wedding, and then there's the supper, and then there's dancing, and it was bedtime, so they couldn't really play. So they wanted to spend another day, and I'm like, well, that's fine, just let us know, because my husband didn't have to come back. Like, Canada Day was on Monday, so um, we just had plans on Canada Day evening to do Canada Day in Kanata, and one of the girl's friends was going to meet up with us and spend the evening. So instead of spending the whole day with us, just spent the the evening with us. So that was fine. We came home Monday. Got home probably about 4, and then dropped our bags, repacked, then went back out. You need a nurse. Why do you need a nurse, Steve? What did you do? Did you get sick? Unfortunately, so the bad thing was block fly or horse fly or whatever, the ones that take bites out of you, bites. Uh, you're sick. But what are you sick with? Um, and then we got a little bit of sunstroke or heat stroke this weekend because we were out in the sun or in the lake the whole time. Got the flu. You get the flu in the summertime. That sucks. If you have a sore throat or cough, take some Buckley's. Because flu and colds, if it's a bacteria, not a bacteria one, yeah, bacteria one you can get antibiotics for, but usually you just got to push through it and treat the symptoms to make your life less miserable. I think I've been doing, yeah, NyQuil. That's Tylenol nighttime cough syrup is also good. It was the only thing that when I was sick this winter with the flu or cold or whatever, only thing that can give me any type of sleep. But so now the hecticness of June is done. My daughter graduated on Thursday, and Thursday night we went to Eastside Mario's for a celebration dinner. And then Friday around noon, we went to travel to the wedding. Saturday, my friend got married. And then Monday we came back, had Canada Day. There'll be videos of fireworks coming up. We found perfect spots. Okay, the fireworks were coming up like ahead of us, but in the air they were coming up and they were over our heads. So when they were coming down, it was just coming down. It was really cool, and there wasn't like a whole bunch of crowds where we were. So it was awesome. Hi Brian, long time no see. How's it going? So you'll see a video of fireworks, and you'll see I did a little video of the lake. We were at Spectacle Lake Lodge, which is on Spectacle Lake in Barry's Bay, Ontario. Beautiful place. But this year, apparently, is the worst year for black flies or horse flies or whatever they were. The ones that took like chunks at you. The mosquitoes were bad too, um, but it was those horse flies. My husband, my youngest daughter, never get bit by mosquitoes, or they get maybe two or three all year. There, they got eaten alive. My oldest daughter and I, who usually get bit by mosquitoes a lot, we got bit, but not like they did. And we got bitten like weird spots, like on our back and calves and ankles. So it was like my husband got all along his face and neck and like the base of his neck. So, but other than that, if the black flies were gone, the weekend was good. It was the Wi-Fi was sketchy when we could get it, so that's why I didn't try and do a live stream there. And the food was great in the resort. Um, the beds were okay. They kind of bounced a bit, like ours, at least ours, was not as good as the one we have at home. Let's just put it that way. But the hotels, like, which was interesting because it's out in the country, it was on septic, right? But the showers had great water pressure, which is odd because usually when we've gone to another resort um, on the lake, the water pressure was like iffy. So, but it was fun and got some sun. Didn't get too burnt. I got a little bit burnt right here because I put sunscreen on, but apparently not as low as I should have. So I got a little bit burnt, but not enough for it to be painful. So, so now that June is done, we're into July. So July is fairly low key, other than appointments. I have a week where I'm babysitting my niece for a week, and there's appointments, and there's really nothing else scheduled. So we might be doing day trips downtown to check out whatever activities are going downtown, just stuff around the house. And then first week of August, we'll also be home. Not nothing really planned. And then the middle of August, we will be away. But I will schedule um, some videos to be there. I'm going to be doing some cooking. I still haven't done my July menu plan, but I did groceries Wednesday. Yes, I did. Did you? Yes, Wednesday. I was like, what day did I do groceries? So I did groceries Wednesday. Got some really good deals. Um, and so I will do a menu plan from that. I have so much food. It's nuts. And that's not just like, I didn't, I got one thing that wasn't necessarily a deal, but like it was a decent price. I wanted to pick up lamb from Costco, so I had put in my budget, but it's like a 20 something dollar meal, lamb. But half of it is one meal and half of it's another meal. So I'm going to do curried lamb or lamb Rogan Josh, which is also like a type of curry, with one half of it, and the other half I'll just do roast lamb and like potatoes and stuff. But hey, Tom, how's it going? So there'll be, and I got my computer back for my daughter since school's done. We got her for her graduation present a new computer, so she will have that. So I get mine back, my new one, so I can continue doing the videos because I've got a bunch that I still have to glue together. So from now until September, you'll be seeing a bunch of videos that I took a while ago that I just hadn't finished editing or gluing together. There'll be some new ones, but I'm going to plan on doing a live stream every Wednesday, I think, or at least once a week, morning or evening, like the week of the 15th or so. It'll probably be the evening because I'm babysitting and I don't really want to do it on there. um, so I'll be doing at least one live stream, if not more. But And my garden is starting to grow stuff, so yay. That means I get more fresh veggies that I don't have to buy. Um, One thing I will, because I didn't pick up berries, one thing I will probably pick up next week or the week after is berries to make jam, because I did not pick that up as part of my grocery haul. Just because up till this weekend, it was like boom, boom, boom. Like there was literally no days last week that I was home at all. None. This week I'm home today. I'm not home tomorrow during the day, and then tomorrow night I have a gardening meeting. So um, there's that. And Saturday I have an appointment. Not Saturday, Friday I have an appointment in the morning. Oh, my eye. I got something in my eye. So how's everybody else doing? Does anybody have plans for 4th of July for you guys? For Canada Day, we went to, well, we were still at the lake, swam in the lake, came back, went out for supper at a Vietnamese restaurant, and then made it down to the hill in Kanata to see the fireworks with friends, with a friend of my oldest that tagged along with us. And we had our big bench seat that we brought with us and some blankets to sit on the grass, and we watched the fireworks. And then we came home. Because on Canada Day, the buses were free, so you didn't have to pay for the buses. You just take the bus, which was kind of neat and good for the budget. So, what is everybody's plans for 4th of July or Canada, or what if you were in Canada? Uh, what were your Canada Day plans? Because I know you guys in the States go all out 4th of July. I watch a few YouTubers and it's like the 4th of July meal and fireworks, and they buy fireworks and they do their own. We tend to go out for fireworks because you can buy fireworks, but the amount that you have to spend for the decent fireworks, because you're going to be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I'd rather go see really good fireworks done by somebody else than the cheapy ones we can get here. Well, they're cheapy in construction, but not in cost, because everything is like crazy expensive. Costco is actually the cheapest place to get one of those multi-packs of fireworks, and it's like $150, and that'll give you like 5 minutes of fireworks. In Canada, the fireworks lasted about 20 minutes. I have a video of 2 minutes of it, and my phone froze, and then I rebooted it, and I have another video of about 10 minutes of the fireworks, and that one's the best one. Um, my husband was supposed to go back to work yesterday, but was not feeling well. I think I had a bit of heat stroke. I volunteered at the food cupboard yesterday, and then I volunteer tomorrow at the food cupboard because I won't be able to, like, they couldn't find somebody for tomorrow, and I said, I don't mind doing it for 2 times this week because I'm not available the week of the 15th, and I'm not available for a couple of weeks in August for my normal shifts that I volunteer at. So it's kind of just making up for the ones I miss. Because this type of organization is completely run off of volunteers. There are two part-time paid staff that are in charge of all the business part of it. Thinking of buying a motorcycle. Well, that's a big purchase. It's more economical than a car, but then it's less safe than a car. Angie's husband has a motorcycle. Um, but I think they should get a car. They don't, but then they don't have a car. I think they should get a car because then it would help them move around. Hopefully it's cheap. Well, it's cheaper. So that's, if you know, like you seem to be a fairly handy person, you could probably get one that needs work that you can do yourself. and become much cheaper. And it's cheaper gas wise, like it's more economical. You can go like 2 or 3 times the distance on the same amount of gas. Like say 10 liters of gas, one on a motorcycle goes 3 times as far as the same 10-liter gas in a car. But I haven't told the wife yet. Hmm. Yeah, she might have a few opinions on that, I think. Some wives would be like, ah, sure. And other ones are like, hell no, that's not happening. I honestly think it's it can be good, especially if you're using it to like save money or that. But and depends on where you live too, because sometimes like having a motorcycle in the inner city is kind of crazy because drivers don't pay attention to other drivers, let alone bicyclists and motorcyclists and stuff like that. That your chance of getting injured is higher. Get 5 if it's I'm gonna get it if it's $1,000 less. Well, that seems reasonable. What's your plan to use the motorcycle for? Is it for just getting around, or for recreation, or just cause? Midlife crisis, who knows? Could be worse. Oh, another video that I'm going to do, because I asked my husband if he would do it. For his birthday, he got the new Bose sunglasses that have the speakers in them. He had got himself and then returned a couple of the other type of sunglasses you can get. Um, the Zungle and some other one, but he didn't like them. The way that they were fit, because he has a big head. Like he just has like finding him hats like baseball hats and stuff. It's really hard to get them to fit his head. Winter hats are sometimes hard because the way that they're knitted sometimes are too tight, so they're like digging into his head, which he doesn't like. Um, but he tried Zungle and this other brand. Like he bought them, tried them literally a day, and returned them. Got his money back. But the Bose ones he really likes. And what's nice with them is that they're really quiet. Um, when he's playing music, I could be in front of him, and he could still talk and have listen to the conversation as well as hear the music, as the music's not drowning. And I, standing in front of him, don't hear the music loud enough to like hear words or anything. I might hear a little like that little music, but nothing any more than headphones. And you know, but he said I could do a video on what his experience and stuff with it, because he has different reasons and different needs of what he wanted it for. So that'll be one video, and there's going to be lots of cooking videos, lots of grocery hauls, and menu planning. Because summertime is different than wintertime. Wintertime's a lot of oven meals. Summertime, I'm going to be doing lots of meal prep for barbecue and cold meals or quick meals that don't require a lot of preparation, a lot of a lot of uh, what's it called, manpower. You know, like, or if I'm doing something with lots of manpower, like last week, I made stuffed grape leaves with meat and rice. So that took a lot of manpower. It took a lot of time to make, but I made enough for last week and this week, you know, to have as meals. as snacks or as part of meals. So that's the good thing. Um, but there'll be a lot of grilled type meals or sheet pan meals, um, where you throw everything in the pan and cook it. Like a typical one that we like to do. I don't do it on a sheet pan. I just put it in a lasagna pan. Is usually like roast potatoes and sausages and onions and peppers. Um, who are you? So I can't seem to. Can Steve or Amanda? Can you check the chat? The trolls are out. So what? Thank you. Thanks, Tom Tom. Yay, somebody was on. Hey, the person can't spell. But so what's everybody's plans for this week? I know it's Wednesday already, but Monday was a holiday. I'm still eating the cherries I picked up from groceries. I do groceries. Wednesday. Well, yeah. My channel's PG, so I tend to not have that type of language on it because I have some um, viewers that are kids and some adults and some moms and dads and grandparents and stuff. We don't need that type of chat here. So today for my well today I had coffee and cherries and some leftover um, shrimp for breakfast. I had we ordered Popeyes yesterday for because my husband wasn't feeling great. He wanted something comforting, home comfort. He was feeling better by the end of the day, but in the morning he was not feeling great. He's like, I want fried chicken, so I'm like, well, I'll order Popeyes, and we had I ordered butterfly shrimp as well. But I ate my chicken yesterday and I got full, so I didn't eat my shrimp. So I had my few shrimp this morning with a biscuit and gravy, and then I had cherries. At some point, I'm making lunch. The girls are up. Rowan got up about an hour and a half ago. I went downstairs to watch a show, and my youngest, she was up and playing with the cat Peter. So at some point, they will be hungry and say, "Mom, what's for lunch?" I have to go through my fridge since last week. Well, Thursday we went for supper for Rowan's graduation dinner at Eastside Mario's. So I didn't make supper that day. Friday, we kind of tried to eat leftovers and fresh stuff that was left over from the rest of the week before we went away. But there were some things that um, I have to go through my fridge and go and check to see if it's still good or not because there is still stuff that I had planned to eat, but we never got around to eating or finishing up the leftovers. Now I got hiccups. So, But I know we have a lot of stuff, like if we wanted to have a cold supper tonight, because it's really hot. It's like 32 degrees. Hey Google, what's the temperature?
The current temperature in Kanata is 30. There is currently a heat warning in effect.
So it's 30 degrees Celsius with a heat warning. So that means the humidity is up as well. Hey Google, how much is 30 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
30 degrees Celsius is equal to 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
So it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit for you guys who do Fahrenheit. But it's very humid out there, so kind of makes it feel hotter. It's not a dry heat. I just went outside for about 10 minutes. I was just sweeping my driveway because all these I have a maple leaf and all the propellers had fallen off, so I swept them into the lawn and into the lawn or onto the road. So it was off my driveway. My neighbors just put their house up for sale. They're going to have an open house on Sunday apparently. So that should be interesting. Hopefully we get a nice new neighbor. This set of neighbors we've had for about 4 years. Nice, kept to themselves and stuff like that. They had a dog. Sometimes the dog would get into our yard because we have just cedar hedges, but that was fine. Like I didn't care. um, but the neighbors we had before them, we had for about 4 or 5 years, and they were grumpy and not nice neighbors, and bitched and complained, and like they also smoked pot in their in their garage with the door open, so we couldn't even go, or in their backyard, so we couldn't even go into the front yard without having to smell that. And that's when the kids were smaller, when they were like 5, 6. And a couple times we had to go through, because we have to go through their yard to get to our yard because we're a middle unit. And we have to have access through their yard. And sometimes we put like the wagon or that in the backyard and have to drag it through versus trying to carry it through the house. And they bitched and complained that we went through their yard. It's like, well, we have to by law. You know, you have to keep an easeway. I think it's easeway. Ease. I think that's what it's called, through their property for us to get to ours. But they were grumpy and they were younger than us. And I'm like, what is your problem? The north has already cooled down a bit. Going in nice here. Well, it's supposed to go up to 32. Friday, it's supposed to be 40 degrees Celsius. Hey, Google, what is 40 degrees Celsius?
40 degrees Celsius is 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
So, and that's going to be miserable. And when it gets that high, if it's humid and stuff, and there's a pressure, that's also where there's going to be thunderstorms and rain, possibly. It's the 90s here now, but it's supposed to rain for 3 weeks. Yeah, so we've had rain on the weekend. So the campfire, there was no campfire bans, so that was good. But today is hot. Tomorrow's hot. I don't think there's going to be rain until maybe the weekend. So there might be campfire bans in effect, and also possibly when it gets really hot, they put like water restrictions and stuff for people watering the lawn. Because I don't know, there's especially where I live, a lot of people like to water their lawn, make it nice and green. Well, this spring was one of the worst we've had in record in my life. It's been the wettest spring and the coldest spring. We only, like, literally only hit 20 degrees like 2 weeks ago. Like we've had rain, 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 and it's been like 10, 15 degrees. The farmers like one of the farms that we get vegetables from, he was like saying, I'm sorry, we're not producing lots. It's been their worst year. They lost a lot of crops because they had flooding and cold. Like their asparagus this year has was half the amount of what they had last year. A lot of the times by now they would have a whole bunch of cucumbers and tomatoes and everything, like a whole bunch, like your basket. Like we get a basket of whatever, like a certain dollar amount. Rosie, no, I haven't. Um, I should go and message her, tell her when I'm going to go on next, because I haven't seen her. But also, I haven't been on. Like as I said, past 2 months has been rough. A, with health wise for myself, my kid, computer wise, um, and then most recently my father-in-law passing, and then graduation, end of year stuff. It's just been like too much. Now it's kind of like everything's settled down, kind of trying to readjust, try and um, redo things. Yes. Yes, I'm going to try and do more live streams again. I'm going to try, hopefully, multiple times a week for half an hour or so. You know, um, just so that I can try and get the viewership back up. I did lose a few viewers. I'm still above 1,000, barely, but I missed you guys, and I honestly think that we do well with live stream. I'm also going to connect with Angie and see what her availability is maybe next week. Because next week, yeah, next week I have two things during the week. Maybe this week. I don't know. I'll see. I'll contact her because she knew that everything was just crazy, and um, try and get together with her one day too, and try and get back to life as normal. Because that's the thing. It's just been so 2019 has kind of sucked, honestly. With all the health stuff that was at the end of 2018 with my youngest, and continuing on to 2019, us being admitted in the hospital, and health really not improving much, and whatever results we get back are negative, that there's nothing, like, it'd just be better to have an answer, because then with an answer we can research it and figure out what the next steps are, because her health hasn't really improved since leaving the hospital. Now the hemoglobin is up, but the iron is still low, the ferritin, your reserves, so that's why she's exhausted all the time. But there's still now the stomach issues, the nausea, the um, other stuff that, as per everything we've done so far, unexplained. So we're waiting for gastro. Our appointment's at the beginning of September, but we're on a wait list for any cancellations. So hopefully we will get, fingers crossed, we'll get a cancellation this month so that we can kind of get that ball rolling. Because this is the problem when you're dealing with specialists. Even though when you're dealing with one specialist, they're like, well, it's possibly this. This is what the test needs to be done for that. Well, then why don't we schedule that test? Well, that's not their job. They have to refer us to that specialist to do that test, since that's their job. It's like, now if we were admitted, all the different specialists would be sitting there doing their things, but we are not sick enough to be admitted. So Angie is doing good. She was doing I've noticed that she had done a bunch of ride with me videos. Mm. I know that she. So that's the other thing. I know that she's been busy with work too, because it's that time of year. The kids are off school, so hubby can watch the kids, but she also needs to work so that she can get the money to do the things to keep the kids entertained, right? So yes, true. I've watched a few of them. I like them. A certain videos, so depends on the mood I'm in. I like those type of videos to have on in the background when I'm doing something like dishes or something like that, where it's like, oh, that's nice, you know. But yeah, it can get dizzying. I kind of missed all the fun we used to have in the mornings. Yes, well, I hope to do that again, and hopefully and earlier, like 8 o'clock, so that we can start our days off with a little bit of fun. Yes, I've definitely missed that too, because I really, I feel like you guys are like friends that we're all having coffee together. Done Haya. You mean dizzier done Haya? I don't know what that means. Speaking of which, I'm just hearing people moving and probably coming down for lunch. So I'm just gonna probably get cut this one off here. I will come on tomorrow, not morning because I'm at the food cupboard. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll come on, say, depends if I get a ride home or not. 1 or 2 Eastern Standard Time. I'll come on and we'll do a little live stream then. Yes, so got the leak fixed, but haven't finished the the. I'll show you the roof, the ceiling. Got the roof leak fixed and the bubble, but then we had to let the ceiling dry, and I just haven't called the guy back to come and finish the repair. But I will come and show you the dry patch of the ceiling. So you can see there, there it is. We have to remove the ceiling dry bits and sand it down, and then they can replaster it. I figured he was busy doing other stuff, like he's a friend of ours, little a handyman, so he came, did the emergency stuff, but we haven't had much time to do the other stuff. Yes, we'll do a lunch time one. Oh, oh, here comes Peter, and he's yeah. Peter and Princess haven't made friends yet. Princess still growls at Peter, but Peter is allowed to um, sit where that near her. Over here, Peter. This side. I'll move my chair so you don't go into that. But you hear that little bit of growl. That's Princess not so happy with Peter because he gets all in her face and says, "Hey, can we be friends now?" I'm gonna run. Like here, look at this cat. Ah, I'm gonna show you. Look at this cat. Yes. This is Peter purring away. Oh, head biting the phone. Oh, there's the tail. Head biting the phone. Oh, you're too close to Peter. Peter, now just lie there. See, there's Peter, and there's Princess. there's, there's Princess going growling. Why are you growling? She's growling less, but she's like, because the problem is Peter comes up and goes, "Hey, I want to play." And you can hear this purr. It's if you Google what a moose sounds like, ask Google. That's how she growls. Yeesh. Stop hitting that box there. You're gonna knock shit off. Stupid cat. I'll move the box. Hey. Yes, he stood right beside you. And she's the one that's declawed. He's not declawed. See this tail? Just whacks. Okay. Yes, Princess is 15. And Cat just knocked my coffee on the floor. Because I had my thing on this little TV stand. And he headbutted it. So, that's my call to get going. Apparently. Because now I have to clean up a mess. Because Silly is he's probably like, get away from me, I want to relax. Exactly. She doesn't want him to hang out. He just wants to hang out and like lie next to her head butter, said the kitty to Steve's house. Because she purrs too, but she's like, I just want to lie here, just bugger off. Stop trying to be friends with me. So, but I will see you tomorrow afternoon, probably about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. And check out for new videos coming up, as they'll be edited and uploaded soon. Bye!